All right. Bryan Mbeumo has snubbed very many Premier League teams, Chelsea inclusive, Arsenal inclusive, Newcastle inclusive, Nottingham Forest inclusive. Liverpool was also trying to obviously throw its dice to see whether it produces the name known as Bryan Mbeumo in there. But Bryan Mbeumo has finally given his yes to the club of Manchester United. We're going to see very many people giving their views, and I'm obviously going to be here to give you why this lad has gone ahead to snub all those teams and is like, I'm going to Manchester United. So welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and we want to hit 30,000 subscribers on this channel and continue to subscribe. And remember to hit the notification bell every time you subscribe, because very soon new studios, new looks, and new broadcasts and other presenters are really going to be joining me. 2 more people are going to be joining me on this channel, and you'll obviously be getting in content at a very fast speed or pace, as you can obviously come out and really say that. Now, Fabrizio Romano on the 26th of May, you know, I remember had already dropped a video that United is interested in signing Bryan Mbeumo. And here we come. And he has obviously told us, or he told us that Man United appreciate Bryan Mbeumo and have genuine interest in him. He suits Manchester United's strategy, a player for the future, and can make an instant impact. That's what he really went ahead to make. Now, this is the story he put out how many days back? Like 9 days back. And guess what? Today it has come to manifestation. And guess who was going to hate to break the story? That Bryan Mbeumo has given his priority to Manchester United. Tier 1 journalist working for New York Times Athletic, known as David Austin. He has come out and told us that exclusive Bryan Mbeumo sorry about that, decides he wants to join Man United, and Manchester United now expect to open talks with Brentford in bid to sign 25-year-old forward this summer. Likes of Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham Hotspur, all interested, but Cameroon International favors Old Trafford if deal agreed. That's the man that broke the story, and he was like, I'm going to Manchester United, I'm not going to go to other clubs. I'm going to really bring you these reports of him putting United first ahead of any other clubs, and then I'm gonna come up and obviously tell you why Bryan Mbeumo went ahead to make such a choice. I bring you a club and I tell you why he has obviously snubbed all those. Fabrizio Romano went ahead to really post this next after David Austin. This is what he had to say. Bryan Mbeumo has decided to give priority to Man United move this summer. Despite interest from 3 clubs in the Premier League, Mbeumo favors Manchester United, as David Austin reports. Negotiations club to club due to follow soon with Brentford. So, you now understand that it's authentic, because all these 2 journalists that we've gone ahead to have are really tier 1 journalists. Fabrizio Romano, best in Italy, and David Austin, best in England. Then there came a man known as Jacobs Bell. And this is what he had to say. Bryan Mbeumo is giving priority to Manchester United, as David Austin called. A formal bid is expected to follow soon, with Brentford seeking around £50 million. As reported, European football next season not a deal breaker. Mbeumo must hold on to Man United project following talks in May. So, now, let me tell you why Bryan Mbeumo has gone ahead to obviously choose United over these other teams. However, Manchester United is not all didn't make it into the Champions League. So, first reason, playing time. If you look at all those teams that have been mentioned, I think it's only Manchester United where he's assured of a starting position, because United is obviously going to be moving on a player known as Bruno Fernandes to the Saudi side. And United might find themselves really earn 120 million pounds. You understand? That's exactly what we're really having in here about Bryan Mbeumo. So, one will ask, where will he play at Manchester United? United is going to be having Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo playing as the two number 10s in the system of 3-5-2. Then Amadi Diallo, I think, will be played as a right wing back in some systems. So, when you go to a team like Arsenal, why isn't he interested in going at Arsenal? The star boy at Arsenal is a right forward, and that is Bukayo Saka. Now, if you're Bryan Mbeumo and Arsenal goes ahead to sign you up, you know what happens? One, you are going to be a bench player. You can't surpass Bukayo Saka. It's like you're signing from a team where you've been the first choice player to a team where you are not going to be a first choice player. You understand? Yet he needs minutes in his legs. When you look at Newcastle, I think at Newcastle he can start. Let's be really genuine. Ever since that Uruguayan player went ahead, obviously leave, I think there is room for him to obviously start there. The other player that we can talk about that can start, the other team is Tottenham Hotspur. I think competition will be key because there is a player called Kulusevski. You understand? There is Johnson. You understand? And is it Solomon? Mana Solomon, another player that really plays there. Nottingham, I think for that he can start, but I think he knows to it that he comes from Africa, and if there are clubs he should be looking at, it's Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester United. And in those particular clubs, there is no way he gets into the starting 11, and I think he has gonna have to make a very good decision that I'm not obviously gonna be playing that side. I'm really gonna be looking at Manchester United because I understand they're not playing in Europe, but I can be a more influential player at Manchester United than any of those clubs that everyone is really talking about. And I think that's exactly what he looked at when he's really making a decision to obviously see to it that he comes in through to put in a very huge shift into what he has gonna have to put out into his entire into his entire career. So I think it's a very good decision made by Bryan Mbeumo that he has finally chosen to see to it that he comes through at a club called Manchester United. So for Manchester United, I think the big priority or the big shout outs that I give to Manchester United are that they are signing a player from the Premier League. First and foremost, you understand? Secondly, they are getting in a player who is really proven. For every video that I've gonna hit to do of Bryan Mbeumo, I've been really key when it comes to his stats. This season, he has really scored lots and lots of goals. And guess what? In the Premier League only, Bryan has played 38 games, meaning that he hasn't missed out on any single game. And that's another factor that we have to look at as a club of Manchester United, that we're getting in a player who is not injury prone, 20 goals and 7 assists, meaning that in the Premier League had 27 goal involvement. So if at all you add him at Manchester United plus Matheus Cunha, that means you've gonna have to put together a Premier League goal involvement of 50 altogether this season, and that's exactly what we are at in here onto the United Matters channel. So the lad is really on fire in the AFL Cup, 3 games played and 1 assist, and that's Bryan Mbeumo for you. So that's exactly what United have gone ahead to do. Big news. I was out, and this is where I really found this. I was like, when I really drop home, this is my first video that I'm obviously going to be putting out there to the people to watch, because this is what you need. You have as the people responsible for what is happening in the land and the country known as England and Africa as a continent at large. Another African player joining Manchester United, and I think Cameroon is into the international break, I think, right, and they're really having some fixtures to play, and Onana Andre is there, and Cameroon is playing Uganda friendly on the 6th of June, then Equatorial Guinea on the 9th of June. That's how things are really going to be panning out in there at the side of Cameroon. So let's wait and see how things pan out in there. But as it stands, it's not going to be business as usual. It's really going to be something different altogether. And I tell you that the side of Cameroon is really going to be playing into these games, and the Cameroon national team, you know, that has been called, has these players in there for you, you know. Onana is there and Mbeumo is there, meaning that they are together, and they're obviously gonna be discussing about Manchester United. After the initial discussions, Andre Onana has been able to convince Mbeumo to come and join Manchester United, because he has been there and is like, please come to the club. I'm the only Cameroonian there. Though I'm having Amad Diallo, another African who can really speak some French, but I need you to be there because we are two homeboys, and this is where things are really going to be taking us. Now, my worry is that we've brought in Mbeumo, there is Andre Onana, there is Amad Diallo. 3 players that are really going to be starters. We are going to be missing out on them when it comes to the African Cup of Nations that is going to be played in December. You know, AFCON of this year is going to be played in December. You get? And if you look at the fixtures, you know, AFCON 2025 fixtures, I think it will run from the 21st of December to from the 21st of December to the 18th of January 2026, meaning that for almost a full month we won't be having these players around, and yet they are really going to be pivotal into what United wants to achieve. So this is where we should be looking at even other players coming in through, because if you don't have Mbeumo and Hamadi Diallo, who are you going to be fielding? Because we'll be playing in the Premier League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup, of which we'll need these players in there. So that's another disadvantage of really getting in more African players. But one thing I believe is that they would have gone ahead to set the pace right for the club of Manchester United. The likes of Matthias Cunha, Garnacho, if at all stays, Kobe Mainoo, Mason Mount will obviously be taking over those duties from these players to really giving us what we really want. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Bryan Mbeumo makes United choice, and he has snapped very many teams. Go into the comment section, tell me why you think this lad is going to hate to snap other teams to come and join Manchester United. That's Bryan Mbeumo for you. I sign out for now. See you later. Rock and David remains my name. Good morning, and for those that are really ready for the action-packed 3rd of June, please do the needful, and let's continue to really subscribe, share, like, and comment. Let these videos go viral. Bryan Mbeumo has gone ahead to make a choice, and United is.